And so it's a place where people can come and they can see everything that I'm doing creatively. Um, because I love what I do and I really like movies and music and I want to just make it and play it for the rest of my life. Doesn't that sound cool? Yeah, awesome. Thumbs up. So the industry in which I work in is the entertainment industry. And what that is basically a form of activity that holds the attention or interest of an audience. So basically, I'm entertaining right now. I can come on this call and keep you guys interested and fascinated on what's going on. And so that's the industry in which I work in. Other forms in the entertainment industry are storytelling and music and theater and dance and movies and video games. Any video gamers out there? Any Fortnite players? Raise of hands. Awesome. Yeah, so entertainment is basically any of those things. Do I have any dancers in the room? Any singers? Yeah, awesome. So entertaining is basically any of those fields in which you are performing and you keep the interest and the attention of the audience. So that's the industry in which CW Studios is in. How old was I when I wanted to go into this profession? Well, when I was about 15 or 16, I got a job at a movie theater. And I basically was scooping popcorn and showing people to their seats. And eventually I actually got to project the movies on a big screen. So all the people can come see the brand new movies. And Miss Titus and I actually worked together. We worked together in the same movie theater when we were 16 or 17 years old. Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
It was super fun, you guys, working with this guy. He's awesome.
So basically, when I was there, I just really learned and I got a fascination with movies. And I was playing them for people, and I could just see the excitement on their faces when they would watch it. And it made me excited, and it basically is the reason why I'm doing it today. Did I have to prepare before college? Yes. I was a really good student in 4th and 5th grade. Yeah. I tried my best. I did really well on every test. And I worked hard, and I basically took classes that made me creative and made me use my imagination. So those are the most important things. And one of the most important things was I got to see a lot of movies at the movie theater because they were all for free. I didn't have to pay any money to go see the movie. So that was really fun, and I got to see a bunch of stuff. And what schooling did I need? So I went to college. I've been in school for about 16 years. And in college, I studied business. Anybody know what business is? And I studied radio, television, and film. So basically, one of those things taught me how to work with people, how to work well with others, and taught me how a business is run and how something can be profitable. And the radio, television, and film part taught me to be creative. It taught me how to write movies. It showed me how TV and radio and film are all produced and made. And so with those two things, I was able to create CW Studios. And that's some of the schooling that I was doing in college. Some classes and skills that I took were basically some acting, some writing, some radio classes. Let's see, I took some management classes and some economics so I can basically know how to work well and manage other people so that we can all get along and we can be creative and let our light shine in this great world, right? That's what we all want to do, is be ourselves and create and make music and movies and do whatever we want to do. So basically, I use my brain and these classes to combine the things that I love into a place that's all mine. Isn't that awesome? Yes. Some special skills. I basically just needed to know myself and understand kind of where I wanted to go in my life. I kept my eyes focused on the things that I was interested in, and I started to build my life around those dreams. And I think that chasing those dreams, if you were really interested and fascinated about something and you want to do something with it, I think keeping an eye on those dreams and following your heart is the best part. Do you guys know how you can follow your heart or listen to your heart? Anybody know how? All right, I want you to do something with me here. Put your 2 fingers against your neck. If you search around with your fingers, you'll be able to find a pulse. And that pulse is your heart beating. Raise your hand if you can feel your heart beating. If you're having trouble with your finger, sort of make like a sock puppet with your hand. Like if your hand was in a sock puppet, and then put it right against the front of your neck like this. Like squeeze your neck like that, and then eventually if you put some pressure on your neck, you'll be able to listen to your heartbeat. And that's one of the most important and special skills you need, is keep listening to your heart. It's going to tell you exactly what you want to do, right? Awesome. And basically another special skill is if you're having some good days and you're having some bad days, it's okay to have both, right? We all are together in this, and we have good days and we have bad days, but they're all okay, right? Because a roller coaster, who's been on a roller coaster? A roller coaster is not, it's not only fun when you're just going up the whole time, right? And it's not really that fun when you're always going down the whole time, right? It needs to go like that so that it's a lot of fun, and you can scream and go "Woo!" on the roller coaster, right? So the ups and downs are a good part of this experience, and I want you guys all to know that. My favorite part of the job was basically creating the studio, making the website, and the process has been the most important to me. So if we fall in love with the process of what we do, then we don't get so caught up in the results. And basically what I want to do is make CW Studios a real place. I want people to be able to come like they go to Disneyland or they go to Universal Studios. Does anybody know where Universal Studios is? In Hollywood, in Los Angeles, where I'm living right now. So I hope the website gets big enough and people like it enough where basically it can be a real place, and I can have buildings and a big wide open space for me to share and have others share with me and create, so we can all have fun, right? Yeah. So other thing that I did was really fun was I marketed the company. And what I did with that was I created a CW bar. And a CW bar is like a chocolate bar with pink around the edges. And it has a CW, my initials right here. It's like a chocolate bar. Does anybody know Willy Wonka? Raise your hand. You know Willy Wonka? Awesome. So what I did was I made a little bar, chocolate bar like Willy Wonka with foil, and I sent it out to all my friends and family. And that's how I marketed. That's how I told people about my business. Isn't it awesome? And the cool thing is I sent Miss Titus one of these. Miss Titus got a CW bar in the mail. And as you can see on my sweatshirt, I've got the same thing with a little hat on, just like Willy Wonka. So I sent this to Miss Titus, and she opened it. And what did she see inside? Anybody know? Anybody want to take a guess? What's that? A golden ticket? Yeah, she opened it with foil around it, and she opened up a golden ticket. A CW Studios golden ticket. Look at that shine. It's so shiny and beautiful. And on that golden ticket, it basically gave her a password to get into my website. And so she was able to have a free admittance to my studio. And I sent this to all my friends and family, and they were able to open it. And they were able to open the golden ticket and read and go onto the website. And they were introduced to my studio. So cool, right? Everybody having some fun out there? If you can hear me, clap once. Can you hear me? Clap twice. Yes. All right, so I have a few more things I want to chat about, and then we'll open up for some questions, okay? Anybody have some burning questions they want to ask? I'm ready to answer them. So basically, the coolest thing that I worked on was obviously the studio, but I also write movies. And does anybody know what a screenplay or a script is out there? So a screenplay and a script is actually just written pages just from a computer on a white bunch of white pages, and they have words describing what the characters do. So it's basically about 100 and 130 pages.
I didn't write that.
So what the movie makers do is they take this script and they follow it like a blueprint, and they make the movie this way. All the actors, they all know their lines because they've read this. And the director knows where to shoot because it's all in these pages. So that's what a movie is. This is the beginning of a movie. It's called a screenplay. Isn't that fun? So basically, I write these things, and I've got about 4 or 5. And my biggest dream is to see these on the big screen. And I want to see CW Studios be able to make it and have everybody come see the movies I've made. Isn't that exciting? Yes. Okay, so before I open up to some questions, I have 2 homework assignments. Who's ready for homework? Oh, homework. It's going to be fun for everybody is to watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Has anybody seen it? Okay, I'm not talking about the newer one. I'm talking about the older one.
I already have seen the older one. I haven't even seen
Yeah,
the new one.
awesome. So if you haven't seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, go ask your parents and see if you can find the 1970s, 1971 Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And I want you guys all to watch that, okay? Awesome. And then our second homework assignment is what? We already talked about it today. Put your 2 fingers to the side of your neck. Or make a sock puppet with your hand and pinch your neck like this. Follow your heart. Listen to it and follow it because it has all the answers for you, okay? Yes, awesome. So now I just want to open it up for some questions because I want to talk to you guys and chat with you guys. And I want to know what everybody's thinking. So hit me with some questions.
I asked questions in my room. Perfect. Let's see here. When did you make the studio?
I actually made the studio during quarantine. Remember when coronavirus was here and everybody had to stay inside?
James, quiet your body.
I made my website within 3 or 4 months, and I worked all day long for about 3 or 4 months on this studio. So it took me a long, long time, but it was very exciting, and I loved the process.
What was your first step?
Oh my gosh. The first step was I basically was just sitting in my room and I had an idea come to mind and it said, make a studio. That's what my thought said. It said, make a studio. And I said, what? I can do that? And the first step was trying to take this big idea that I had and make it something that was real and that I can make and I could show others. And I thought, how could I do that? How could I make a studio? Oh, well, everybody likes to go online, and I can basically connect with you right now over the computer, right? So it's a way of spreading it out. So I thought I can make a website, and I can build it, and I can show people about it, and I can connect and communicate with people who are in different cities than I am. And that was the first big idea, was the website.
Nice. If he could get a chocolate bar.
Woo! You want one of these tasty things?
Okay.
It might just have a golden ticket in it, huh? You talk to Miss Titus, and we might look into getting you one. Okay.
Okay.
On my website, and I got a bunch of cool designs for you guys. If you guys ever want to rock this stuff, because it's really, really fun and it's really, really comfortable. The sweater is perfect for winter and fall. My favorite movie that I've made is called Lightning. Anybody know what lightning is?
Yes.
Yeah. It's the stuff that goes in the sky and it makes a bright light. And lightning has been a lot of fun. And I basically wrote it because I was inspired by a music artist. And so I wrote a movie based on one of his albums. And so I hope that I can work with him one day and make Lightning. Doesn't that sound fun? A star named Eric Church. I hope to one day do that. Recently, I was actually, the biggest thing that I think I've done is I got cast in a 7-Eleven commercial.
Nice.
I was in a commercial for 7-Eleven. That was probably the most exciting thing that I've done so far. The first movie that I made was called Not Myself, and it was a small little one that I made in college, and it was a lot of fun because it was the beginning of all the screenplays that I would write after that. So it was the first one, and it was a lot of fun to write. I'm still working on one right now that's taking me a while because there's so many elements and there's so much to write. It's like a big story. So I'm actually working on it right now. It's called The Lady in the Blue Dress, and it's very complex, and it might take me a little bit longer to make that one. This movie was probably 2 hours and a half. 2.5 hours. That seems like a while to watch a movie, right? But if CW wrote it, that means it's going to be good. My favorite movie is a movie called Good Will Hunting.
Nice.
Has anybody heard about Good Will Hunting?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my favorite. And it was when I was a 15, 16-year-old, and it has been ever since. I haven't made anything that can be on a screen yet, but I've written about 4 or 5.
Nice.
I've written 4 or 5 movies. And so now I just need to get the studio bigger, and I need to meet and collaborate with producers and directors so that I can get my stuff made.
Nice.
Yeah. Is everybody excited?
They're excited.
No, I'm pulling back the foil. Oh, you can smell the chocolate. There it is. Great question. In 10 years, I hope that my studio, CW Studios, is as big as Universal and big as Warner Brothers and as big as Paramount and as big as Disneyland. And I hope it can grow and grow and grow, and I can make movies, and I can be just as big and just as known and widespread as those Hollywood studios. Who wants me to go that far? Yeah. Make people happy, because it's been such a rough year for everybody. And I've been working on these things for a while, and I wanted to just combine the things that I love into a place that I can create and have fun and make this world a better place. And I hope that you guys are also doing the same with whatever you want to do, because it's possible, okay?
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I have to say, you are an incredible writer, Corey.
Thank you, and thank you, Miss Titus. I appreciate it.
I was going to tell everyone about your studio so you can go viral.
Yeah, round of applause. Woo! I love that. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Appreciate that. Any questions before I go? I got to go dream and create and have fun.
Do we have time for a couple more?
Jenna Mayo, do you have a question? Comedy. Comedy is my favorite, and I've written a bunch of comedy movies because I like to see people laugh, and I love laughing, so I have. And I hope you're having fun, Jenna. Thank you for the question. This is the movie room. I got, if you guys can see, I got movies that go all the way around the top of my room. And I have movie posters on the wall of one of my favorites. And I got a TV right up there in the corner where I can watch all these movies. So this is part of the studio. Yes, this is part of it. I have seen Yesterday. Yes, and I really enjoyed it. It's a movie about the Beatles and the Beatles music. And I really enjoyed watching it. And I hope one day to be in that field. I want to be able to work with artists and people who make music and roll it together to make a movie. And I want to collaborate with them someday. So some of my favorite artists and music makers I want to collaborate with and make movies for movie. That is my next endeavor right there. I think my next movie is going to be a horror movie because it's time. It's really time for me to make one. First question. Yes, I'm a very big Willy Wonka fan. Prove it. And no, I did not have anything to do with Hamilton, but I love that play and movie. And I want to work with them one day as well. Really good question. So it has to do something with transferring. I know that most movies are now made, they used to be made with film, right? A bunch of film. And they're actually made digitally now. But in the old days, they were made on something that looked like this. And what it is like a celluloid piece of plastic with like frames in it. And those frames run through a movie projector like that. And they go upside down onto the screen. So to make a DVD, it has to be transferred from a film or a digital onto a small disc. And I think that basically has a lot to do with computers and a factory that can make DVDs. So much for having me, everybody. And I hope that you guys remember your homework. Does anybody remember the homework? Willy Wonka, 1971. Number 2, listen to your heart. And if you guys do that and dream and listen to your heart, you can create a life that you love, surrounded by people that you love and things that you love to do. I want to leave you guys with one more thing. CW stands for Corey William, which is my name, but it also stands for something else. It stands for Charlie Wonka. Woo! Okay.